Dear student, welcome back to my channel Whiteboard E-Learning. Today we'll start from the remaining 3 numerical problems what we have left behind in the chapter moving charges and magnetism. We'll complete the remaining 3 numerical problems today. You can see already from 4.1 numerical problem to 4.10 already we have completed in my last 2 videos, and now we'll complete this 4.1, 4.11, 4.12 and 4.13 today. So that's why read the question number 4.11 loudly. In a chamber, a uniform magnetic field of 6.5 G, 1 G is equal to 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. Tesla is the SI unit, is maintained. An electron is shot into the field with a speed of 4.8 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second normal to the field. Explain why the path of the electron is a circle. So its answer you will get from the theory. Why it is makes a circle? Because we know the formula is V is equal to E V cross B. So if V and B makes cross product, then the force exerted on that body will be according to the cross product formula. It will indicated by the right hand corkscrew rule. The tip of the screw, advancement of the tip of the screw will give the directions of the forces on the body. Now determine the radius of the circular orbit. There is a formula, and it is given that E is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and mass of the electron is given 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So now go to the answer. Now you can see these are given: magnetic field strength, speed of the electron, charges of the electron, mass of the electron, angle between the electron and the short electron and the magnetic field, theta is equal to 90 degree. Magnetic force exerted on the electron in the magnetic field is given by the formula we know, V is equal to E V cross B. So if we just expand it, then it will give you E VB or BV sin theta. Okay, and this force provides a centripetal force to the moving electron, because the attached figure you can see the velocity of the short electron is from right side of the page. It is indicated by V, and you can see the magnetic field is indicated in the figure by the points, encircle points. Encircle points means the directions of the magnetic field is perpendicular to the page and it is moving outward from the page and towards you. So these are the two directions of the velocity of the electron and the directions of the magnetic field. Then how will you get the directions of the force exerted on the body? Then use the right hand corkscrew. Take the right hand corkscrew and rotate it towards the V2B, because V cross B. So the advancement of the tip of the screw will indicate. So you will see that it will coming downward to the page. That means it is the direction. So if the force is exerted on the electron on this direction, then probably it will make a circle according to this figure. So now in this theory you can see these two forces, that means the force exerted on the body, force exerted on the electron, and hence the electron starts moving in a circular path. When a body circles in a circular path, then probably it will under centripetal force. Then centripetal force expression is F is equal to mv square by r. Just equate these two equations. mv square by r is equal to bv sin theta. Then you will get r is equal to mv by eb sin theta. So r is equal to the given value we have inserted here, and it is comes out as 4.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. That means 4.2 centimeter. Hence the radius of the circular orbit of the electron is 4.2 centimeter. Okay, now go to the next question, 4.12. Now read 4.12. In exercise 4.11, obtain the frequency of the revolutions of the electron in its circular orbit. Does the answer depend on the speed of the electron? Explain. Okay, now we can see the answers of the question number 4.12. Magnetic field strength given, charge of the electron, it is same as before. Mass of the electron, velocity of the electron, radius of the orbit we got from the previous answers of the question, 4.2 centimeter converted to meter. Frequency of the revolution of the electron we have taken as nu. Angular frequency of the electron we know omega is equal to 2 pi nu. Velocity of the electron is related to the angular frequency, nu is equal to omega r. In the circular orbit, the magnetic force on the electron is balanced by the centripetal force. Same theory. So it is mv square by r is equal to evv. The previous equation. Next part. Now ev is equal to mv by r. So m r omega by r. So m r 2 pi nu by r. So nu is equal to b by 2 pi m. This expressions for the frequency is independent of the speed of the electron. You can see in this expression nothing about the information about the speed of the electron. So we can say this expression for frequency is independent of the speed. On substituting the known values in the expression, we get the frequency as, so nu is equal to, we have inserted the values and it is comes out as 1.82 into 10 to the minus 6 hertz. So it is comes out as 18 megahertz approximately. Hence the frequency of the electron is around 18 megahertz and is independent of the speed of the electron. It is the theory of motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. You know, three options will come: when the initial velocity of the particle is parallel to the magnetic field, when the initial velocity of the particle is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So this is what we are talking about. And number 3, when the initial velocity of the particle makes an angle to the directions of the magnetic field, any arbitrary angle. Okay. 4.13. A circular coil of 30 turns and radius 8 cm carrying a current of 6 ampere is suspended vertically in a uniform horizontal magnetic field of magnetic magnitude 1 Tesla. The field lines makes an angle 60 degree with the normal of the coil. Calculate the magnitude of the counter torque that must be applied to prevent the coil from turning. And number B, the subpart of the question 4.13. Would you answer? Change if the circular coil in A were replaced by a planar coil of some irregular shape that encloses the same area. All other particulars are also unaltered. Okay, let us find the answer of this question. So you can see radius of the coil is given as equal to 8 cm, that is 0.08 meter. You have to convert in the SI unit. Area of the coil pi r square meter square. Current flowing in the coil 6 ampere. Magnetic field strength B is equal to 1 Tesla. Angle between the field lines and the normal with the coil surface theta is equal to 60 degree. The coil experiences torque in the magnetic field. So this is nothing but the force experienced by a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So the coil experiences a torque in the magnetic field, hence it turns. That counter torque applied to the prevent the coil from turning is given by the relation tau is equal to NAIB sin theta. Already I have deduced in my previous videos. So check it out by clicking the I button. So 30 into 60 into 1 into this one sin 60, it comes out as 3.133 Newton meter. Okay, now go to the second question. Second question's answer. It can be inferred from relation tau is equal to NAIB sin theta that the magnitude of the applied torque is not dependent on the shape of the coil. It depends on the area of the coil. Hence the answer would not change if the circular coil in the above case is replaced by a planar coil of some irregular shape that encloses the same area. Okay, so you got your answer. So this is the end of this chapter, and next class we'll start with the new chapter. So stay tuned and watch the previous videos carefully and sincerely. Thank you for watching my video. If you see video is helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel for next upcoming videos.